got a new package in today from Saberforge, and basically what I got today was their new V3 Infinity blade. These are pretty much brand new. He's just started to release these, and he's claiming they're a lot brighter than his version 2s, which I thought the version 2s were completely awesome. So real quick, just right off the bat, you can tell visually they have a different, I guess you can say, look to them. The V2, which is down here, has more of a silver lining to it, which is their internal diffusion wrap that they use. So obviously they switched to a different internal diffusion, and it looks like it's a, I'm not too sure if it's a different material blade. It looks like it's polycarbonate, but obviously they went to a different internal diffusion. It's more of a milky white. So I really like the V2. I haven't yet seen what the V3 looks like, and so let's go ahead and pop these into the Saberforge's Guardian. This is their 5-watt green LED in here, so this will offer a pretty good reference as to what the blades will look like differently from each other. So let's go ahead and pop these in, and let's see what they look like. Version 2. Alright, now here are some pretty good close-ups of the tips. Really can't get any much closer than that without sacrificing focusing. Yeah, there we go. And right off the bat, you can kind of tell that they're different. The version 2 looks like it's more of a clear blade, as you can see on the tip right here. So it's probably, I'm not too sure, it's probably a heavily guarded Saberforge secret as to what materials they use for either of these blades. But obviously this is more clear, and then this one is a milky white even without the internal diffusion wrap, because you can't see completely through it like you could on this one, as you can see on the very tip right here. So not only are the internal wraps seem to be different, but it seems like it's a whole new design of the tube itself. And as you can see in the video, they make for a quite dramatic difference. The version 3 is brighter. It definitely makes a more solid blade. The version 2 is still off, and I'm still a huge fan of the version 2 just because I like how it looks even when you don't have the light on, when the LED is not on. But it's different. It gives it a little bit more of a solid core effect, which is cool. This looks more realistic, more like an actual lightsaber. This looks like you have like a, I really can't say it without butchering it, but I guess more of a neon tube-ish look, which I like both, to be honest. I really do, and it would be very difficult to decide which one I'd want to use. I probably I'm not a combat saber person per se, so I would probably use this more for show, and if I do any type of dueling, it would be the version 2. Both are more than capable of doing it, just because you can see how thick the walls are in comparison. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, see how thick the walls are. So they're pretty thick, as opposed to this, which is a Force Effects lightsaber blade that you would get off of old Force Effects. I'm doing a conversion on an Anakin kit, and this is the blade that comes with it. So obviously you can tell they're a lot thinner. These are cool though because they're light, so if you want to do any fancy flare or anything like that, they do the job. But obviously they're not as consistent in producing the light as much as the Saberforge blades. So, but there you have it. I mean, obviously, either one of these blades are really awesome, but the version 3 is very cool and it's really bright. So, hopefully this video helps out. Want to thank Saberforge, obviously, for hooking up the blade, and I'm a proud new owner of one of these, and I highly recommend Saberforge for any of your custom saber builds or saber parts.